Hey guys, what's up? My name is Eric and I'm the Techy agent, and this is the Scosche RHYTHM Plus, and this might be the best optical heart rate monitor that I've ever tested. It's certainly the best optical heart rate monitor that I've ever tested for strength training, high intensity interval training, CrossFit, and those kinds of exercises. So stick with me as I do a full-fledged review of this awesome product. So getting right into it, the Scosche RHYTHM Plus comes with a charging cradle that plugs into any USB charger or USB outlet. While it's charging, you'll get a flashing red light. When it's fully charged, you'll have a solid blue light indicating that it's fully charged and ready to use. Users have reported a very broad spectrum of battery life, anywhere from as little as 5 hours of use all the way up to 8 hours of use. The RHYTHM Plus ships with both a small and large size Velcro strap. Now, this is compatible with most fitness applications and compatible with both the iPhone and Android, as well as pretty much any sort of Bluetooth or ANT Plus fitness device. So in addition to being really accurate, as we'll get to here in a moment, it's compatible with lots of different phones, lots of different devices, lots of different applications. Definitely that's a plus in my book. Now, the optical heart rate sensor on this is ginormous compared to most of the optical heart rate sensors that you see on other fitness wearables. Additionally, it's very fast. It's taking multiple readings per second. So I actually used a slow motion camera to count how many flashes of light or how many readings it was taking per second. And what I found out was that it was taking about 26 readings per second. And so it's very, very accurate. It's going to be taking a lot of readings to make sure that it gets the most accurate reading of your heart rate. So I'm going to show you guys my testing. I did compare it against the Microsoft Band 2, but more importantly, I compared it against the Polar H7 Bluetooth chest strap, which is considered by many to be a standard in heart rate monitoring. So you wear this Scosche RHYTHM Plus on your forearm, not on your wrist. You wear it on the inside of your forearm, and it will have a flashing LED that's different colors depending on what heart rate zone you are in. So my first test was actually to put this against the Microsoft Band on my wrist, also featuring an optical heart rate monitor that I've tested in the past and found to be fairly accurate. Now, for those of you new to the discussion, optical heart rate monitors tend to not do very well with strength training, lifting, CrossFit, high-intensity interval training. It's just the nature of the technology, and so usually a chest strap is preferred in those contexts. But in this case, the Microsoft Band has done a decent job, and the Scosche RHYTHM Plus actually did a really fantastic job. So notice here, you'll see that the beats per minute average was about the same, a little bit higher on the RHYTHM Plus. The same thing is true with the max beats per minute, 173 on the Scosche, 162 on the Microsoft Band, and the calorie burn was also higher on the Scosche. Now, with the RHYTHM Plus having slightly higher numbers than the Microsoft Band, that tells me that it's quicker to react to sudden increases in heart rate. And what I found was that that was actually true. Notice how many different times it showed my heart rate spiking above 150 with the RHYTHM Plus in comparison to the Microsoft Band 2, which only showed my heart rate spiking above 150 one time. So what that means is that sudden increases or decreases in heart rate tend to not be caught by most optical heart rate monitors on the wrist. That's not true for the RHYTHM Plus. It was able to catch those quick spikes and declines in heart rate in comparison to the Microsoft Band. Now, that doesn't mean that the Microsoft Band has an inaccurate heart rate. It just means that the RHYTHM Plus has a better heart rate, a more accurate heart rate. But I want to compare it against that Bluetooth chest strap to see if it can hold its own against the standard in heart rate tracking. So using the DigiFit iCardio app for both the RHYTHM Plus and the Polar H7 connected to two separate phones, I was able to monitor in real time to see how both heart rate monitors did. And I went for what for me was a very fast mile, 7 minutes, 47 seconds for a mile, to really put my heart rate up there. And what I wanted to do was really get my heart rate to spike and see if the RHYTHM Plus was able to track with the same accuracy as the Polar H7 Bluetooth chest strap. And what I found was that at least while jogging, while running, it was only maybe a second or two behind the heart rate monitor of the Polar H7. So it was able to acquire my heart rate and keep keep accuracy even though it was elevated at a very, very high rate. And I kept trying to throw at it other exercises to quickly elevate my heart rate, including jump rope and double unders, to see how quickly the Rhythm Plus would be able to catch up to the Polar H7. And again, I found that it would, even with a double unders, spiking my heart rate up to 180 beats per minute very, very quickly, the Rhythm Plus followed right behind it within a matter of seconds. I found this to be true with burpees. I found this to be true with doing some cycling, some heavy resistance cycling, again, to get my heart rate to spike. I did rowing, I did box jumps, and no matter what I did, the Rhythm Plus was able to accurately and quickly get my heart rate and hang right there with the Polar H7. The Rhythm Plus said I had 138 beats per minute average versus 141 beats per minute average of the Polar. The Rhythm Plus said I had 186 beat per minute max and versus the 185 on the Polar, so that was really surprising. And then when you look at the actual cardio graph of my heart rate, they're pretty much identical. So while it's true that the Polar H7 Bluetooth chest strap was more accurate than the Rhythm Plus, it was only nominally so. I mean, the Rhythm Plus was very, very impressive for an optical heart rate monitor. I've never ever seen this kind of accuracy in any other heart rate monitor that's an optical heart rate sensor. So you can pick this up from my friends over at clevertraining.com. There's a link in the description below. It's fairly reasonably priced for $79.95, and you can choose from a variety of different colors. You can even pick up an extra strap if you would like to do that as well. And this is, again, for those of you who are looking for the best optical heart rate sensor, the most accurate optical heart rate sensor that you can possibly buy. Hey guys, my name is Eric. I'm the Techy Agent. I hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.